Warning, the following podcast contains very offensive language, so if you're easily offended or upset, then maybe this isn't the podcast for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moving on to last weekend's gross, the week that John Wick came out, and we're going to be talking about the overall gross as well, kind of in the order. So I'll talk about the weekend first, then I'll do the global gross, because this is a new segment. I didn't have the global numbers last week, so this should be a segment that'll last a little bit longer. So first up, I've got it right in front of me, so I'll be reading off the screen quite a little bit for this. So first up, we have John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, which we all knew was coming out last weekend. It's a new entry. Came straight in at number 1, beating Avengers Endgame, something Detective Pikachu couldn't do. It made a weekend gross of $56,818,067, making it number 1, obviously. Next down the list, last week's number 1, finally been dethroned after nearly a month at the top. Avengers Endgame, done by Disney, made $29,973,505 last week. So yeah, still making money, still making quite a lot. They're still predicting that it's not going to reach. They're now predicting, that it's not going to reach Avatar now. So that's going to be sad because I really wanted it to be Avatar, especially after James Cameron being smug about all the superhero movies. But anyway, so next up was last week's number 2, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. That made $25,108,159 this week. Next was one of the last week's previews that we did, A Dog's Journey, done by Universal. Came in at $8,030,085, so quite a bit. Then we have The Hustle, which was last week's number 3. That made $6,139,638. So that was in 5th place, The Hustle. 6th is The Intruder, which was number 4 last week, made $4,017,808. Then we have Long Shot, which was last week's number 5, moved down to number 7, obviously, made $3,341,917. So that's quite a lot for Long Shot still. Not made tons, but it's getting there. Then we have a new entry last week, which I didn't know was coming out, that's why I never predicted it. It's The Sun Is Also a Star. It came in at 8, that's a new entry. It made $2,511,530. So that's at number 8. Number 9 is Poms, and that made $2,180,698, and that was last week's number 6. Next up we have, in the last but not least, 10th position, we have Ugly Dolls, which was 7 last week, and is now in the 10th position, and that made $1,779,617. So that was last weekend's numbers. So next up, ladies and gents, we're going to move into the global box office numbers. We're going to go at it in the same numerical order as the weekend box office. So it's going to go from John Wick to Avengers to blah blah blah, the list that you just listened to. So first up, John Wick. Overall global gross is $105 million. So that's made quite a lot back already in 1 week on its small budget. So next up is Avengers Endgame. People are saying that it's not going to catch Avatar right now. I think Variety put out an article talking about John Campy earlier. He put something out about it saying Avatar doesn't look like it's going to be caught, which is sad because I'd loved Endgame to catch it because of James Cameron's comments. So that's made $2,622,914,098. That's not bad, even if it doesn't catch Avatar. Next up is Detective Pikachu, which has made $295 million, which has made quite a lot back on its small budget and all, even though it had quite a lot of CGI. Then we have A Dog's Journey, one of the new ones last week, which came in at $25 million, so that's not bad also. The Hustle has made $53 million, which is pretty good. Next up we have The Intruder, which has made just shy of $30 million. Then Long Shot, which has made $36 million. The Sun Is Also a Star, a new entry this week, has made $3 million overall, which I'm surprised it's even made that, to be totally honest, because I didn't even know it was coming out. So that's that one. Next up is Poms, which made $11 million. Ugly Dolls made $20 million. And that's really the top 10. So I just want to go into some notable ones in the top 15. So we have Curse of La Llorona in 12th on the weekend box office, which made $118 million. So that's not bad on it. Small budget again. Then Captain Marvel in 13th, which has made $1,126 million. So nearly made $1.2 billion for a movie that everybody was complaining that they're not going to go and see because of feminist propaganda. Yeah, don't give me shit. So next up is Tolkien in 14th. That's only made $4 million. I was expecting it to make a lot more than that. With Game of Thrones ending and a lot of medieval stuff coming out now and big long form stories talking about epic fantasy and stuff like that, I would have thought that would have made more, considering it's Tolkien's biography. But only made $4 million in 14th. And last but not least, in 15th is Shazam. And it's actually made quite a small amount. I was expecting it to make more than this. This is why they're not sure if Shazam's coming back. It's only made $360 million. Which only had like a... I can't remember how much they said it was. It was only a small budget for a superhero movie. So they're happy with the profit they've made. They've obviously made a profit. But still, it's only made $360 million. But then, like you say, also the good part is it's an unknown quantity and it's still managed to make $360 million. So there you go. So last part I want to talk about is just like I say, a preview of last weekend. I'm just going to give you like the cinema scores because we never had them last weekend, and I just wanted to give them to you just so you can make up your own mind. Because if you haven't gone to see it yet, then this might push you over the edge. Because Cinema Score is the best audience rating. This is our audiences, people like me and you and whoever else, and Tom, Dick and Harry and Jack and Jill who go to the cinema. This is how they rate it when they come out. They poll people as they come out of the doors as soon as the movie's finished. And John Wick 3 got an A- Cinema Score, so make it out what you will. Dog's Journey got an A Cinema Score. And the way cinema scores work, anything above a B is a great movie, and anything C and downwards is pretty trash, to be honest. I had to whisper that part. So yeah, so that rounds up last weekend's gross and the global gross for all these movies. Now we're going to move on to my movie recommendations.